Hi, everybody. Welcome to... Oh, we have a microphone this time.
We do have a microphone.
We're fancy. Okay, it's our weekly newsletter, and we have a lot to share with you. It's been another awesome week. I want to start off by just kind of giving you an idea of what we've been doing in writing. In both of our classes, we've been working really hard on starting our writing community, getting used to listening to each other as writers and sharing information. And this week, we've been reading a lot of awesome books by Alan Say, and he's been giving us ideas for how authors get ideas for their writing from their own lives. In reading, we spent a lot of time setting up our reading journals, and I'm sure that you will read below in our newsletter about how our reading journals are going to be due every week. So we set those up, and then we started working on reading poetry, a poem called The Land of Nod, and we made a lot of awesome inferences about the setting in that poem. And in social studies, I'm so excited to get into talking about our Florida geography and what we have all around us, all the different kinds of landforms that we've got going on here in Florida. What are you doing in math, Mr. O'Keefe?
In math, we're learning about place value, and we're learning about rounding to different place values, and we're just kind of reviewing a lot of stuff, but also learning a little bit of new stuff. We learned a really cool song called We Will Round You.
We will round you, round you,
We also, in science, we're learning about the Earth and the stars and the atmosphere and the sun and our whole solar system. And if you notice, we're working on chapter 5. And so we're not going to go exactly in order through chapter. We're not going to start at page 1 and end at, page 99 or whatever. We're going to jump around a little bit. So make sure that you stick with us and you pay attention to the Edmodo calendar so you know exactly where we are.
Awesome. Okay, you're going to tell us a little bit more about our iPad stuff, right?
Oh, yes, iPads. Okay, very important. If you leave your iPad at home, parents, this goes to you. Do not bring it to school. Okay, we want to own.
Too bad, so sad.
We want to own our accountability. If you forget it, you forget it, and they'll suffer through it, and then hopefully the next day they'll remember that they need to bring it. If you continually bring it, then it's reinforcing them that they can still have a little mistake and you guys will take care of them. And we like that, but not in this situation.
Well, and that goes for homework and anything that's really accidentally left at home in general. If your children leave something at home, don't bring it for them. They'll figure it out.
They'll be fine. We'll take care of them.
Yeah.
Also, if they leave their iPad at school, we know that the iPads are very, very valuable. So you can come and pick it up after school, but there is going to be a consequence.
Look, we'll show you what the consequence is going to be.
Which is going to be their lock screen and their home screen. So hopefully every time they look at their iPad, they'll remember, you need to bring it, okay? And if they forget it at home or they forget it at school, they're also losing a dojo point. Also, with the iPads, please do not text your kids. Just like you don't want them to text in class, we don't want you texting your kids in class. They're perfectly safe and they're fine at school, and they're just getting distracted by the text messages that you're sending them. And they're telling us too, and they're just like, Mr. O'Keefe, Miss Wade, my parents just texted me, what should I do? And it's kind of throwing off just the whole vibe of the lesson. So please don't text your kids in class.
Especially, and I've had some kids that have had texts about dismissal. If you have anything about dismissal, it needs to come to us, not to your kids on their iPads or their device, because they may not even be using them, so they might miss if you have a note for them or anything.
Speaking of dismissal, bus passes, okay? We are not writing bus passes or for kids to go home on other buses, because right now they need to get an accurate count of how many kindergartners are going to be on the bus. So because we did staggered start last week, we're not really 100% sure of the total numbers and how many empty spaces there are, because there's some buses that are absolutely packed to the max, and it'd be unsafe to have more kids ride the bus. So you need to, unless you're going home on the same bus, just a different stop, you can't write bus passes. So, for example, if you're bus 140 and instead of getting off at Roscoe Road South, you want to go home Roscoe Road North, you can do that. But you cannot go to bus 237. So, don't write bus passes, please.
All right. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about homework and how we are going to be posting homework. I wrote above that, your child needs to make sure they're writing down their homework every day. If you haven't purchased a planner yet, they're still available in the main office for $5. We'll be writing down homework at the end of the day, but it's going to change how we're posting a little bit. I am going to be posting all reading and social studies homework.
And I'll be posting math and science.
So your child will need to actually click on 2 separate boxes to find out what the exact homework is. Papa John's Pizza is back.
Woo-hoo.
Oh yeah. Pizza starts next Friday. So if your child loves pizza like this guy, then you can order that. And last but not least, I got 7, count it, I can't see where I am, 7 weekly words this week.
I got 4 or 5.
Yeah. Okay. That tells us that we are now here. It's almost 4 o'clock. We're spending all this time writing this newsletter, and I got 7 out of 19 people that actually read and sent in my weekly word.
Not a good percentage.
Yeah. So it's hidden again, and if you just read through all of the different things, you'll find it somewhere. Send it on a sticky note. Send me an email with it. Send me a Dojo message with it, and your child will get a point on Class Dojo just for you sending in the weekly word. We have one last reminder, and that is that we can't wait to see you
Thursday night
at 6 p.m. for Curriculum Chat. So we'll go over any questions that you have. If you are having questions about things that have been going on, just make sure that you jot them down, because we may not get to everything that night because it's very fast paced with a lot of information, but we want to make sure that you and us are helping your children be as successful as they possibly can be. So hope you have an awesome weekend.
Great weekend.
Bye.
See you guys.